Ranger Cole had spent years patrolling the wild trails and rivers of the national park, but nothing could have prepared him for what he would see today. As he stood at the riverbank, a bizarre, unidentifiable creature emerged, its movement sending shivers down his spine. Cole froze, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. The moment he realized what the creature actually was, his heart raced, and he frantically reached for his radio to call 911. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Ranger Cole had absolutely no idea what he was looking at. He stood at the edge of the riverbank, looking at the other side. Ranger Cole stood frozen in place, hoping not to scare the animal. He had never seen such an animal before and was very intrigued by what it could be. He had worked at the national park for several years now and thought he had seen every animal that lived there, but he was clearly wrong. As more of the animal emerged from the water, Ranger Cole couldn't help but gasp in shock. It had long, wet fur and long arms and legs. Ranger Cole exclaimed a shocked, "Oh my gosh," as he realized what the animal could be. Wanting to be sure, he waited until the animal revealed its face. Slowly, the animal began to turn its head. The animal was now almost fully out of the water, and Cole could clearly see what it was. He wasted no second and immediately called 911 for backup. There was no way he could get this animal to safety on his own. Even though the animal seemed exhausted and harmless, Ranger Cole took no chances. He didn't want to risk getting hurt. "Ranger Cole here. I need immediate backup. I've found just come with tranquilizing darts and a big cage. Also, tell them to bring someone from the wildlife center close by," Cole said before the dispatcher could even get a word in. All right. Stay where you are. They're on their way," the dispatcher eventually said. After a while, his radio crackled to life intermittently, a comforting reminder that help was on its way. The sound of vehicles breaking through the morning silence signaled the arrival of the authorities. Officers and experts, equipped with various tools and protective gear, quickly disembarked. Their eyes immediately fell on the unusual scene by the river, a mix of curiosity and professionalism etched on their faces. Ranger Cole approached the group, his expression serious. "Thanks for coming so quickly," he began, his voice steady despite his racing heart. He described the creature, its peculiar appearance, and how it struggled against the river's muddy grasp. The team huddled together, casting occasional glances at the creature shrouded in Ranger Cole's jacket. They discussed various possibilities, weighing the risks and unknowns. Methodically, the team began preparing for the approach. Gloves were donned, tranquilizer guns checked, and nets unfolded. The creature's presence in the park, a place Cole knew like the back of his hand, deepened the mystery. It was as if the creature had appeared out of nowhere. "How did it even get here?" someone asked aloud. No tracks led to the riverbank, no signs of a struggle or disturbance. It was as if the creature had materialized from the mist itself, an enigma in this familiar landscape. Supplies were quickly assembled. Tranquilizer darts were loaded with precision and chosen for their effectiveness and minimal impact. Nets, blankets, and cages, all designed for humane capture, were brought forth. As the operation was about to commence, the team reviewed their roles. Each movement, each step, had been carefully planned. With a steady hand, the team's sharpshooter administered the tranquilizer. The dart found its mark, delivering a dose calculated to induce a gentle, temporary slumber. The creature stirred slightly, then its eyes fluttered closed, its body relaxing into a peaceful state. Gently, the team maneuvered the slumbering creature into a large transport cage. Soft blankets lined the cage's floor, providing warmth and cushioning. Ranger Cole watched over every step, ensuring the creature was not jostled or stressed. It was a delicate balance, treating the unknown with both caution and compassion. The convoy began its journey to the specialized facility. The vehicle carrying the creature moved steadily, navigating the winding forest roads with care. Inside, the creature lay still, its breathing even and calm. The rest of the team followed in a silent procession, each lost in their own thoughts about the day's unusual events and the creature that lay at the heart of it all. As the vehicles pulled into the facility, a sense of relief washed over the team. They had arrived safely, without incident. The news of the mysterious creature swiftly caught the attention of the media. Reporters and camera crews descended on the facility, their lenses and microphones poised for action. Social media buzzed with speculation and intrigue, turning the creature into an overnight sensation. Journalists bombarded the facility with inquiries seeking to unravel the story behind the discovery. What is the creature? Where did it come from? Is it dangerous? The questions were relentless, a never-ending stream of curiosity and concern. The team worked tirelessly to balance the overwhelming public interest with the need to prioritize the creature's well-being. Behind closed doors, veterinarians and experts continued their examination and care, shielded from the public eye. The facility's staff navigated the delicate balance of satisfying public curiosity and maintaining the integrity of their conservation efforts. Inside the facility, the creature lay still as experts conducted their examinations. Its unique physical characteristics matched no known species in any database. Each test concluded only deepened the enigma. Seeking answers, the team reached out to a broader circle of wildlife experts and biologists. Conference calls and video meetings filled the days, with photos and data being shared and scrutinized. The local police, alongside wildlife enforcement agencies, began gathering evidence. They combed the area where the creature was found for clues, interviewed potential witnesses, and reviewed park surveillance. Ranger Cole, working closely with the authorities, focused on leads hinting at illegal wildlife activities. They examined recent reports of unusual activities in and around the park. Each lead was followed with determination, from questioning known wildlife traffickers to probing into black market trade routes. Undercover operations were launched to infiltrate networks suspected of wildlife trafficking. Agents, posing as interested buyers, navigated the shadowy underworld of illegal animal trade. Their efforts began to yield valuable information, revealing the extent and complexity of these illicit networks. Each covert conversation and clandestine meeting brought them closer to understanding the possible origins of the creature and the mechanisms of this dark trade. Patterns emerged, pointing to specific regions and methods used in wildlife trafficking. Ranger Cole and the investigators worked tirelessly, mapping out connections and scenarios. In a quiet laboratory, the team huddled around a monitor displaying DNA results. The air was thick with anticipation. Suddenly, the silence was broken as the lead biologist announced, "It's a sloth, but not local. It's a species found in Central and South America." Ranger Cole's suspicions were confirmed. The creature was a victim of wildlife trafficking. The revelation sent shockwaves through the room, a mix of disbelief and grim realization. With the sloth's identity confirmed, the investigation's focus sharpened. Ranger Cole and the authorities intensified their hunt for the traffickers. They scoured shipping records, interrogated suspects with known ties to illegal wildlife trade, and followed leads across state lines. Each step was driven by the urgency to unravel the network responsible for this heinous act and to prevent future occurrences. The team's efforts to gather intelligence intensified. Informants were contacted, surveillance footage was scrutinized, and financial transactions were traced. Every bit of information was a potential lead, a thread in the larger tapestry of the trafficking ring. Ranger Cole and his colleagues sifted through the data tirelessly, knowing that each small piece could be the key to unlocking the broader operation. Under the cover of darkness, surveillance teams positioned themselves near suspected hideouts and transaction points. They watched and waited, capturing every movement and exchange. Each stakeout was a blend of patience and precision, a tense waiting game for the right moment to act. The team worked in shadows, their presence unseen but keenly felt as they closed in on their targets. The culmination of their efforts led to a coordinated series of raids. Doors were breached, and suspects were caught off guard as law enforcement swarmed in. The operation was swift and decisive, resulting in the apprehension of several key suspects. Evidence gathered during the raid further implicated the individuals in the trafficking network, marking a significant breakthrough in the investigation. The successful operation shed light on the extensive wildlife trafficking network. Documents, digital data, and testimonies revealed connections spanning continents, implicating numerous individuals and organizations. The sloth's discovery had unraveled a web of illegal activities, painting a disturbing picture of wildlife exploitation. The team's efforts not only brought the perpetrators to justice, but also highlighted the critical need for continued vigilance against wildlife trafficking. In the aftermath of the dramatic rescue, attention turned to the sloth's future. A meeting convened with veterinarians, conservationists, and Ranger Cole. They discussed rehabilitation strategies, considering the sloth's physical and psychological recovery. The aim was clear: to nurture the sloth back to health and ensure its well-being. The room buzzed with ideas and plans, a collective effort to give the sloth a new lease on life. The search for the perfect sanctuary was meticulous. Criteria were set. The sanctuary needed to mimic the sloth's natural habitat, provide expert care, and have a record of successful wildlife rehabilitation. After extensive research and consultations, a tropical sanctuary specializing in sloth care was chosen. This haven, nestled in lush greenery, offered the ideal environment for the sloth's recovery and long-term well-being. Preparations for the sloth's relocation began in earnest. The facility's staff worked to acclimate the sloth to its transport crate, ensuring the journey would be as stress-free as possible. A specialized diet was prepared, along with toys and familiar objects to comfort the sloth. Ranger Cole oversaw the process. His dedication is evident in every detail, arranged for the sloth's comfort and safety. The day of the move dawned clear and bright. The sloth, now more active and curious, was gently placed into its transport crate. The journey to the sanctuary was smooth, every precaution taken to ensure the sloth's comfort. Upon arrival, the sloth was greeted by the sanctuary's caring staff. It was a new beginning, a chance for the sloth to thrive in a safe and loving environment. In the sanctuary, the sloth began to adapt to its new surroundings. It explored its spacious enclosure, filled with trees and foliage. The sloth's demeanor changed visibly, showing signs of relaxation and contentment. The sanctuary staff monitored its progress, pleased with its gradual adjustment. Ranger Cole, visiting occasionally, watched with pride and relief as the sloth he had saved began to flourish in its new home. Sitting at his desk, Ranger Cole reflected on the past events. The discovery of the sloth, the intense investigation, and the ultimate takedown of the trafficking ring seemed almost surreal. He pondered the impact of their actions, not just on the sloth, but on the broader fight against wildlife crime. The experience had changed him, deepening his resolve to protect the natural world under his care. Cole's visit to the sanctuary was filled with emotion. He watched the sloth, now lively and inquisitive, exploring its lush habitat. The transformation was remarkable. Cole felt a surge of pride and joy, knowing he had played a part in giving this creature a second chance. The sloth's peaceful demeanor in its new home was a testament to the efforts of all who had worked to save it. The sloth's recovery story spread far and wide, becoming a symbol of hope and a successful conservation effort. It highlighted the resilience of nature and the power of dedicated individuals working for a cause. The sloth's journey from a mysterious creature in the park to a thriving resident of the sanctuary inspired many, reminding people of the importance of wildlife protection and conservation. The story of the sloth sparked a wave of education and awareness about wildlife trafficking and conservation. Schools organized talks, conservation groups launched campaigns, and the media continued to cover the story, emphasizing the need for vigilance and action. Ranger Cole participated in many of these initiatives, sharing his experience and knowledge, and inspiring others to join the fight against illegal wildlife trade. As the story concludes, the future of wildlife conservation shines a bit brighter. The success in saving the sloth and dismantling part of the trafficking network serves as a beacon of hope. Ranger Cole, along with conservationists worldwide, continues to work tirelessly, safeguarding nature's wonders. The fight against wildlife trafficking goes on, but with renewed vigor and optimism, paving the way for a better, more sustainable future.